Day 26, not looking good on the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Did go through the stop loss as expected. Not much of a red day today, but enough to knock us out. There's around about £98 lost from that trade. It's another big loser. And the Stochastic almost back in the oversold. We could be getting in with the same signal again in a few periods of time. Let's wait and watch. US dollar, Swiss franc, well, it looks like we're closing up at about where we closed over the weekend. Of course, it looks like a nice green day, but it opened a little bit down. So not too encouraging. It would have been more encouraging if it was up at that high there, but it is not as of yet. Still, we would feel pretty lucky if we managed to avoid this and get a good run to the upside. Pound yen, not so good here. Reversed the gains that we made on Friday. So now we're back near enough at our entry price, around about £1.50 up after you take the swap into account. But just like with the US dollar, Swissy, we can keep them both open and let them run. Price still seeming to range up here on the pound yen. But that is absolutely fine as long as we don't get a stop loss anytime soon. Wouldn't mind another take profit again at some point. That one really felt good. Check the charts for signals. Pound US dollar, that is coming out of the overbought region. It was 96.93 yesterday on the Stochastic, 88.51 currently, but we have already got a full 1% riding on the pound Japanese yen, so we can't get in the pound US dollar. Never mind. Wow, that was close on the dollar yen. Again, we wouldn't have been able to get into it. But you can see Stochastic got down to 5.36 after a big rebound. What a reversal candle there. And now we do see a day of green, so it could be momentum shift there. Yeah, that original short trade on the New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, looking at really nice. Shame we missed that one. Not much action on the charts tonight. That is not too surprising. It is Martin Luther King Day in the United States. Happy birthday to him. It does make it a national holiday, which therefore leads to less trading volume coming from the US. And less volatility and action across the markets. It's all back as normal tomorrow, so we'll be back then to see if these two trades can get us anywhere at all. Just gotta have faith, nothing else is needed. Day 27, a pretty dandy day for us. US dollar, Swiss franc, third consecutive day on the rise. We are almost back to our entry price, currently around about £7.50 down. On the move though, let's see that bounce continue. And Great British Pound, Japanese yen, that's been to our favour as well. Did find a high up there. But a nice turnaround since then and hopefully going to push off to new lows. Currently at £45 up. What about those other charts? Big drop on the Euro US dollar. If you'd managed to get in after the return there, that would be looking pretty nice right about now. That's when it came out of the Stochastic area. That candle, you'd have been in on this drop. Good for you. Damn, when we got knocked out of the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, it's come back good now. We'd be in profit if we were in the trade. Got taken out up there. Since then, 3 red candles, a 1.5% drop. C'est la vie. Australian dollar, Swiss franc, that is oversold. Very interesting considering the small amount of movement there's been on price. If it bounces out, there is almost certainly going to be an entry signal from that. Let's wait for it patiently. Euro, Canadian dollar, that's gone oversold. It makes a bit more sense with this one though. A deep red candle after a bit of a rundown already. That'll do it. Let's watch for the return. If it comes out around here, we can see there where it's been traded as a support level. Bounced up with that mighty green tower of a candle there. So potential for an entry should the price on the candle go green tomorrow. Not in either of these currencies either. And finally the New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, that goes oversold. Similar to the Australian dollar, Swiss franc, not really any movement in price. So it does seem a bit wild for the Stochastic to assume that price is oversold down there. Our faith is in the Stochastic though, so if it gives us a signal, we'll follow that path. Let's come back tomorrow, see if we get that. Day 28, not the best on the US dollar, Swiss franc. Still plenty of room between us and the stop loss, so not too worried about it, but it has gone against us a wee bit there. 0.2%. We can put up with that as long as it's a retracement on a big move to the upside. Well, of course, we don't mind. Pound yen, just the opposite, continued to the good just a bit. Found a new local low by the look of it. What's the low of this candle? 155.400. And over here, 155.457. So that is a new low today. And it closes on that side of the candle as well. Promising stuff. Let's keep stepping down. Eventually we'd get a take profit. And boy do we need it. Let's check for signals. Goes oversold on the US dollar CAD again. Haven't had a trade on this one yet. Quite a reversal candle. So if we see it go green tomorrow, it could be immediately back out of there. And with a rough look at where our channel would be if that did happen, there's a good chance we'd be in a trade. Let's watch and wait. Australian dollar, Swiss franc. That does come out of the oversold region. Good chance we're going to get a signal there. Let's just finish checking the charts first. Ooh, Aussie dollar yen just about running away from the oversold. Got close yesterday but has come back up since. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc not making it there. That's actually dived even further. It was a bit of a green day with a new high, but the stochastic K-line drops all the way to 0. You can't get any more oversold than that. But no other stochastic signals for us. Let's get the channel down on the Australian dollar, Swiss franc. That's our channel down, and just remember, this was our only winning trade so far, the Australian dollar, Swiss franc. And it was in fact a sell trade, so it was coming out of the overbought region. Now we're going the other way. So we had a signal for it in this area as a sell trade. Can we get it as a buy trade? Well, immediately from there, it actually did turn out to be treated as a support level, because even though it went further down, it bounced back out of the channel before closing underneath it. So we're already getting a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio trade from that. Let's go back the full year though. That's all the way back to the 19th of January 2021. Don't quite get it there. I think if we zoom in, yeah, we'll see it just misses out there. And this time it cracks on through the channel before reversing. So it hasn't gone as a support level there. Here it doesn't close outside the channel, I don't think. Let's zoom in a bit more. Yeah, I mean, we can see the high above there, but not the close. So it looks like we are just going with a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. That was all we got the last time we were in. And that turned out to be a winner. So maybe we get it going the other way now towards the top area of this. It's a channel distance for us of 58 pips, what we'll call that high to low of the current candle. So with £9,315, 84 pennies in the bank, and a risk to our capital of 1%, we can enter in with not much of a round down, 0.2002 standard loss. So we've only got to shave off the last little two there. No problemo. Here we go. We are buying the market. We are treating it as a support level. Here we go. Let's do that 1-to-1 stop loss and take profit. 580 and 580 points. Does make sense to see it around that area. Let's get rid of the channel. In fact, I'll take a look and see, did it go up and then come back down? Go to the current day. Yeah, it has been downtrending a little bit recently. Maybe that's just a better entry price for us. We do have a bit of room for the trade to move as the stop loss. It is beneath the lows of the last few weeks. Didn't get beneath this though, so we could get caught out by this sort of support level. But I think there's a reasonable chance we see the trade go to the good. Let's come back tomorrow and see how it's getting on. Day 29, pretty good day across the board for us. US dollar, Swiss franc regained the losses from yesterday, almost back at our entry price. It's a good thing we got a cheap swap for it, around about £5 or £6 down. Pound yen, this one gearing up even more, new lows, just what we want, pushed up in the morning and then boom, what a move down. Getting quite close to the oversold on the stochastic. If it does look like it's going to close in there, that's when we'll close off the trade. About £85 up at the moment, very nice. And finally, Australian dollar, Swiss franc, around about £40 up and getting paid 3 pence a night on the swap for this one. We got very close to the take profit. Let's have a look on the 15-minute. Yeah, you can see where price peaked around about here. It's come back down since, but only around 4 pips away from it. Just missed out. Still to the good though. Hopefully we can get there tomorrow. We are in quite a few currencies, but let's check those charts to see if there's anything interesting. Eurocad is still oversold. This is one where if we did get the correct signal for entry, a valid entry signal, we could still get in it, not in either the Euro or the CAD. Waiting for an entry here. Could easily come to us today. It was a bit of a reversal candle. Found a new low, but back up goes price. Maybe. New Zealand dollar CAD, that's in the oversold region still, 1.95. If we do get a green day, could be trade number 3, although not sure if we'll get in based off the channel from where this low is now. We need a big bounce to get this included in the channel. Doesn't seem too probable, but you never know. We have had 2 losing trades with this one already. Why not a third? No new available signals for us then. One more day before the weekend. Really hope we can get a profit on the Great British Pound, Japanese yen, or any of them obviously, just that one happens to be the closest. Fingers crossed. Day 30, we got the good, the bad and the ugly here. Let's go in that order. The good first are the pound Japanese yen. We are going to be manually closing it down for a considerable win here. The stochastic is oversold, so we are going to exit. Let's hit that cross. And it finishes up with around about £165 gained after you take off the swap and commission. Pretty nice stuff. The bad is the US dollar Swiss franc. That is again threatening to head to our stop loss. Looked like it was making a nice recovery, but nope, back down it comes, a weakening dollar. So we're now £30 down. Long trade going on here. Started it on the 3rd of January, the very beginning of the year. Still hope for it, I suppose. And the ugly is the Australian dollar Swiss franc. That has gone for a loss. See, it was a sharp day. It was looking quite nice yesterday. Got really close to a take profit. It was only 1-to-1, but all the way back down. So around about £95 lost. Never mind, at least we've got a few open currencies now. Let's see if there's any signals to fill those gaps. Dollar yen goes oversold with that weakening dollar. That New Zealand dollar US dollar trade from all the way back here was a sell trade. Called us out up there. If it was that bit wider, really nice now. Oh well. US dollar CAD, we can take a look at this one. We're obviously already in the US dollar Swiss franc, but only for 0.5%. So we can use another 0.5% on this US dollar pair. Let's check the remaining charts first. Eurocad potential here as well. Strong day for the euro. Could get in 0.5% for this one too. Euro Great British Pound with a buy signal from the Stochastic. That's it for the Stochastics. Let's check some channels. US dollar Canadian dollar first. Going to be looking for it as a support level, so price coming down and bouncing back out. And we'll be going back 1 year in time. We don't need to go back a year actually, because I can see at least 2 already here. Once price comes down around here, that's in July 2021. Bounces back out there, doesn't sustain itself, but technically it does get in and out there. And then we see again a second time over here, price into the channel, bounces back out. Very nicely traded as a support level there, and not too bad over here either. We see that here as well. It played the role as a retracement, so maybe we can push back up with this. We are going to be getting in with a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Our channel high to low, that'll be 85 pips, quite a volatile day. And as we know, we're already in the US dollar Swiss franc for 0.5% risk, so it's only going to be 0.5% risk on the US dollar CAD pair. That makes our risk a round down to 0.09 standard loss. And we're buying here in the hopes that price will bounce off the support level as it comes out of the oversold region of the stochastic oscillator. Let's get in there. Stop loss and take profit is going to be at that 2-to-1 ratio, so 850 points and 1700 points. Stop loss right at today's low because the price went up the entire time. So there it is, you can see it there. And 2-to-1 and not above this resistance level, so could get that. Feels like a bit of a stretch, but it always does with the 2-to-1. At least we got a little bit of room for the stop loss, so a good chance of getting up a bit. Next up is the Eurocad, same deal, pretty similar day here. And again, we're looking for a support level into a bounce up. We can put 0.5% risk on this one. That'll give us 1% total for the CAD. And straight away, you can already see multiple times, don't have to go back far. That's in November 21, price down, back out it comes, in it goes again. And we wouldn't mind a candle like that. We can get a third time here as well. So could see a bounce here. We get a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio again. Again, a pretty volatile day, 138 pips. So here we go, 0.06, and we are buying. There's our 2-to-1 take profit. Again, the stop loss is right at the bottom of the channel because it has been a push all day against the CAD. I think if we get the US dollar Canadian dollar, we'll also get this one. And if we miss out on this one, we'll miss out on the US dollar CAD. They'll probably go pretty similarly, hence the split risk. And since we're only in 0.5% on this Eurocad, if we get the signal on the Euro Great British Pound, we can go in with 0.5% there. That's 1 year back, that white vertical line there, 21st of January 2021. I mean, we can see further back, where's that, November 19, around about there, almost treated as support level. Not quite, but you can see the general area where the price is gathering. But more recent than that, doesn't look like we got anything. This was the nearest, but price doesn't make it inside the channel. There's no trickery here where it comes back down, then only slightly comes back out. So in fact, no signal on the Euro Great British Pound. We keep out of that one. Let's close it down. That's fine though, because we have got 2 extra trades. Pretty similar trades to one another. So we could come back on Monday and find all of these trades wiped out. It wouldn't surprise me with the track record we've seen from the Stochastic so far. But we'll find out come the Monday. For the weekend, let's just check out the journal, see how we did this week. A lovely, lovely, lovely journal. Let's get to this week's trades. Entered into 3 new ones, the Australian dollar, Swiss franc, and of course the 2 Canadian dollar trades from today. And exited out of 3 trades. We didn't add to the gains. It was more losers than winners. One for 95.63 and the other for 93.98. And only 1 win on that pound yen, 169.65. So even though it is a fantastic win, not enough to make up the losses of those other 2 Australian dollar pairs. Even if we include the 4p swap that we gained on the Australian dollar, Swiss franc, still doesn't quite tip it, and that puts us £489.15 down. Really starting to look grim. Even if all 3 of these trades come through for us, they're only going to be worth £100 each at that 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. So even if we got those 3 straight winners this week, we'd still be at £200 from profitability. Feels like a very long road back for the stochastic oscillator. Let's see if it can start that journey on Monday.